Good evening, Facebook world. I hope everything is going well wherever you're located. Here in Northwest Arkansas, it is a beautiful day. I've had several people ask about the rabbits, asking for updates, so I'm going to do that. And as you can see, we finally got the new cages hung up. These are 16 cages, 8 on each side. Anyway, let's take a look at the babies. They're not little bitty babies anymore. These first two pens has got 4 rabbits that came from red hot chili pepper and cilantro. I have decided to keep the 3 brokens and one of the reds. These 2 here are does. This one is a really nice doe. And then we have a heavy broken. She's a doe. Let's take a look at these 2 little ladies. Let me get them up so you can see them. Come on, stand up. There you go. I pulled them out the other day and put them on the table, and these are fairly nice does. They will be going to my first show here in 3 weeks. September 20th will be the first time I show New Zealand's. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll be getting these guys tattooed tomorrow. And then here are 2 bucks. These are also out of red and cilantro. He's got decent color. He's only 11 weeks old. I'm talking about the red here. I'm hoping his red darkens up a little bit more as his adult fur comes in. But he's got decent color. And then I love the markings on this little guy. He's got a full butterfly and beautiful markings. You can see I cut grass today and gave them each a handful of grass to munch on. And these are the 4 that I kept out of red. So let's move on to the whites. I also kept 4 whites from Salt and Quail. And I was really impressed with all 4 of these guys. She had 5, well, she had 8 and we lost 3. But she raised and weaned 5, but one of them disappeared. I don't know how it got out of its cage, but somehow or another it disappeared out of its cage, and I haven't seen hide nor hair of it. So I kept the 4 that she raised. 2 does, 2 bucks. These 2 are the does. Let's see if I can get them up. There we go. And look at the type on this thing. I'm really impressed with these guys. Like I said, I looked at all 4 of them and I was impressed with all 4. They too will be going to the show, and we'll see how well they do. And then this is the 2 bucks that I kept out of Quail and Salt. Come on, little fella, get up. Let people see you. Get up and say hello. There you go. Now what I've noticed between the white bunnies and the red bunnies, my whites, all these guys are 11 weeks old or a little over. 3 litters, each litter was 2 days apart. So the youngest and the oldest are 4 days apart. My whites are weighing right at 5 pounds apiece, and my brokens and my reds are weighing right at 4 pounds apiece. So I'm hoping they reach weight minimum before the show. Here we've got 2 reds. These are 2 red does out of caraway and chive. These 2 red does have got decent color. The one without the flop ear has got slightly darker red, so I'm liking that. But they're both fairly dark. And again, these guys are only 11 weeks old, so I hope they darken up a little more as they continue growing. I'm sorry, these two are bucks. I said does. These two are bucks. Here is the doe. She only had one doe. Out of the whole litter, they were all bucks, but the one doe. She's a really nice. She's got the best color out of all the reds that I kept. She's slightly smaller, just a couple of ounces than the rest of them. Let me see if she'll get up so you can see her a little better. Whoops, I scared her. She was sleeping. Come on. Come here, little girl. Yeah, come here. There you go. Now you can see her. She's got nice color. I like her color. And then I didn't want more than 2 rabbits per cage. So next to her I have another buck. He's slightly lighter in color. I haven't really decided if I'm going to keep him or not. He's got a weak ear base, plus his color is not as dark. But he had nice shoulders, and that's what I liked about him. So I'm going to give him a few more weeks to mature and see what happens. I'm hoping after the weather cools off, his ear will straighten out. I got another one over there I seen flopping today, so I'm hoping it straightens out too. It wasn't flopping a couple of days ago when I looked at him. And then I'm going to walk around to the other side. You know the bucks that I have. These two I've culled mostly because of color. They've got really light color. So these are culled. I'm going to give them another week or two to get up to 5 pounds, and I'm going to butcher these two. And this one here, it's really little, and as you can tell, it's got a problem. About a month or so ago, Mom jumped on it and broke its back. It's still eating and drinking, and now that it's in a cage by itself, it's gaining weight pretty good. So I'll go ahead and let it eat and drink until it reaches weight, and we'll go ahead and get that one butchered up. Here we have Creole, and he's been sprayed all over. Cilantro done him in pretty good. Creole was the father of the 4 white bunnies over there. He has done a tremendous job, him and Salt. I was impressed with their babies. And then here's Cilantro, being friendly and lovey as usual. Hello, Creole. Now what you will notice is I no longer have a red buck. Chive was a beautiful buck. He was friendly, and we loved him, and we desperately miss him. I'm not sure exactly what happened to Chive. We fed him at nighttime, checked his water, and he was doing wonderful. Morning time we came out to check on him again, and he had his back broke, but his cage wasn't damaged. We're not real sure what happened. The only thing I can think of is something scared him really hard during the middle of the night. He twisted wrong and broke his back. So we had to call him. We'll go ahead and walk across the yard, get over here with the does. There's nothing new over there, but I'll give you a quick glance to let you know everybody's still there and everybody's still doing very well. This week has been cooler. We've been down to the mid-80s. So here in the next couple of days, I'm going to start breeding all these girls. I'm really excited about starting the shows, but it's time to get ready for next year. So I've got to get these does bred up pretty quick so that I've got some decent aged buns to show in 2015. Here's Paprika, my broken doe. She is lovely. I had considered taking her to the show on September 20th, and I may still do it if she doesn't breed before then. But I really want her bred, so she probably won't go. Next to her, we have Ginger. She's my heavy broken doe. She's getting ready to be bred for the first time as well. She will not show. When she was a kit in the nest box, she had developed nest box eye, so she's actually blind in one of her eyes. But she's an excellent breeder, or potential. I hope she breeds well. Hopefully she'll be a good mama. And then here, funny looking rabbits, huh? These are my Coturnix quail. I had an empty cage. This is where Pepper used to be. And if you remember, I had traded Pepper and another rabbit, Stevia, off for the milk stanchion. So, since I needed a place for these guys, I put the quail in the rabbit cage, and it's worked out really well for us so far. They'll be moved to their permanent homes pretty soon. Then we have Salt. She's the mama of the 4 white bunnies over there. She's ready to be bred again. Looking good. You know, I'm really surprised. All 3 of these does that had the litters, they never lost any weight. Out of the litters they raised and going through the summer, they didn't lose any weight. They all maintained their condition. I'm really impressed with these young ladies. Here's Garlic. She's ready to be bred again. We'll be crossing her with Creo here in the next few days. And of course, next to Garlic, we have Caraway. She was my other mama. She had the 6 reds, and she raised 6 reds. She's my best mama, but she's going on 3 years old, so this will probably be her last year of breeding. Probably retire her next year. And next to Caraway, we have Cinnamon. I'm not sure. I've had this young lady just about 2 years, and I've only gotten 1 litter out of her. I have trouble. She just won't lift for any buck that I put her with. I'm going to try her 3 or 4 times next week, and if I can't get her bred, she's going to be called out of the program. I'm not going to keep feeding a rabbit that won't breed. And then next to Cinnamon, we have Red Hot Chili Pepper. And you may remember, she's my temperamental doe. She's doing lots better now that the babies are weaned and away from her. But she's still kind of iffy. Sometimes she'll lunge at you, sometimes she won't. So I try not to stress her out too much. So anyway, guys, those of you that have asked for rabbit updates, there you go. Rabbits are all doing wonderful. The 3 litters are weaned and growing, getting big, and they are getting ready to be either butchered or heading to the show. I won't be keeping all 12 of those babies, but I will show them, probably the rest of this year, and by December I'll probably start selling off some of them. And you can see some of the chickens free ranging. We got 10 baby chicks here. One of the Australorps hatched those out. She hatched out 10 and she raised all 10. We still have them. Anyway, you guys, thanks for watching. Have a beautiful day. Enjoy your holiday weekend. Labor Day is on Monday, so you guys have a fun and safe holiday. And until next time, God bless.